What's going on, everyone? Donovan here at your service with another life page. This is the third story of the Halloween series that I was talking about. Mother, the Couch Cringer. Yeah, this one is a classic one. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and I told you guys about just how two incidents where, uh, well, one specific incident where I was cringing myself. I tore up my dress shirt, and my mother wasn't too happy with that. I told you about just the other incident, uh, overcoming horror, scary movies. Today, I want to share about a time that I definitely call my mother the couch cringer, because at one point, living in the house, high school days, that my mother was on this kind of like a binge of wanting to go to the video store and rent videos, but we always ended up renting scary movies. We ended up renting a lot of zombie movies, especially, and I don't know why, but we just ended up renting uh, these kind of B-rated B films, really cheesy horror zombie movies. Anyway, and my younger sister would be there with us, and we would be in the living room watching TV, watching a movie, and my sister and I are like right in front of the TV, on the most stupidest, the most maybe gorish parts where the zombies catch up, and they catch up to the person they run after, and my sister and I were like, "Can you pass the popcorn?" Pass the popcorn. But when I would look back at the couch at my mom, she would be like this on the couch. She would be totally cringing, right? And me, as I shared in the last video about me overcoming the horror movies, I just thought it was hilarious. I mean, and it didn't really faze my younger sister, because we were just passing popcorn on the most cheesiest parts. I mean, if you're watching, and I say this, it was just a B-rated zombie movie, really cheesy, really. I probably could have filmed it in my basement, or something like that, or filmed it in the woods, nearby here or whatever. But cheesy effects and everything. So we're watching this one movie, and I think it was this one scene where these people decided to explore this abandoned nuclear plant, and I remember this scene perfectly. This guy in like the nuclear, beehive, all white suit, you know what I mean, with the mask on. He picks up what he thinks is a dead mouse or rat. All of a sudden, the rat like comes alive, climbs up his hand in the suit, and chews on him, and he's infected. Next thing you know, most of the crew is infected, and so it's about three of them that escape. They jump in this jeep, and I mean, a real cheesy B movie, guys, where you look at the speedometer saying 90 miles per hour, and these zombies are just like, they're like slow walking. I mean, they're super slowly walking, and all of a sudden, on the scene where my sister and I are passing each other popcorn, the Jeep is going 90 miles per hour. I look back, and my mother's just, she's cringing on the couch. And the zombie catches up to the Jeep and starts chewing on people in the Jeep. I'm like, really? And I look back at my mom, she's like in a ball. And so I said, "Mom, you can't be serious that, you know, this is, this is so cheesy." She's like, "You're not scared?" I'm like, "No, this is so cheesy." But like I said, the apple doesn't far from the tree. And when I was in that movie theater, when my stepbrother and stepsister came to visit, and we all went to the movies, and I told you about that in the last video, 2 videos ago. And overcoming in the last one. I don't know why. At that point of life, my mom wanted to. She just wanted to be with me and my sister, and we would go see movies, stupid horror movies. Like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was this movie called The House. It was one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen. But it was this thing about this house. It was haunted or whatever. And I remember us going to see that at the movies. Me and my sister, once again, we're back and forth popcorn. Look over at my mom. She's cringing in the chair. And so I don't know if she ever got over that. I have to check family records. But looking back at that, and even though I thought it was hilarious at the time, I'm quite sure people thought it was hilarious when I was cringing. But, looking back at it, it was just good to be together. Even though at that time that's what my mom loved to do, she loved to get us together and watch very cheesy horror films. It was just a time to be together, and isn't that what it's about? Just being together, whether you're seeing a cheesy horror film or a mush film, chick flick, whatever you want to call it. A big, bombs, explosions, guns movie, action movie, martial arts movie. No matter is what, we come together to see, the fact that we're together and we're enjoying that experience together is the best part. And that's what I think about looking back. It isn't I overcame horror films, and it was funny, seeing my mom react to them after the fact that I got over stuff. But when I think about that time, it's just the fact it was that time to spend with her. So I know putting this video out is after Halloween, but it's just before Thanksgiving. And I want you to think about that when we have those times, whether we're watching movies, whether we're family gatherings for Thanksgiving, meeting a friend for lunch, for dinner, whatever times we get together, let's celebrate those times, because you never know when that person will be gone. You never know what's going to happen in the next minute to you or to anyone else. So it's good to enjoy the moments we have. And if you have beef with someone, definitely make the time to get resolved. I know that there are some things that you may not want to deal with, but we have to. It brings peace to us. Some say that forgiving someone is letting them off the hook. That's not true. Forgiving someone is actually bringing peace to yourself. Think about that, though. I know with like I said, with those times when my mother wanted to look at those cheesy films, those were some of the funniest times. Just looking back at her on the couch, looking back at her in the movie theater, a couple seats down, while me and my sister were passing the popcorn. Those were quality times. Those were fun times that, definitely would be appreciated the rest of my life. So I share that because, we're in a pandemic. We're in times where we are afraid to be together, to hang out. Some of us are, and that even being restricted to hang out. And life's too short for that. And I'm not having anything against what's going on today, but there are a lot of things going on today that have been going on for years. Colds, flu, bronchitis, all types of upper respiratory illnesses, um, all types of things that anyone can catch, despite what preventive measure you may take. Um, the key thing is that we can't do this alone. We need each other. We need to have those special times. So if you're planning on getting together this Thanksgiving, this Christmas season, have fun with it. Get resolved with your friends, family, that you can have peace. Whether they have peace or not, that's on them, but you have peace. I know my mom, it's been over 20 something years that, she's been blessed not to be here on earth dealing with things, but she doesn't have to worry about that anymore. But it was great to spend that time with her, have those memories with her. Don't you want that for yourself and your family? And that's what I think about, just reflecting on it all. And that's my life page for today, guys. Donovin out. Peace.